on, man?
Chilling, man.
Yeah, what's going on, gentlemen?
Hey, how
Nah,
you doing? How you doing?
Hey, man, moving and grooving. Glad y'all here. And man, welcome everybody to the show. And we are here at the Sports Brothers Show. This is part two. And on this episode, we got the Cowboy and the Philly Eagle. So we're gonna go ahead and jump right into this thing with the Cowboy and Eagle talk. All right, Jerry, what happened?
man. What I said was gonna happen. I told you that we were. I was afraid of what we was gonna show up with because that's. I mean, it's kind of like been a pattern. We win and we don't show back up for the next game, and that's exactly what. And to be honest, that's a game we should have won. I mean, our defense did a great job. We had the opportunity to score. They wasn't dominating us. Their defense is pretty good too. I was overwhelmingly surprised by their defense, but I don't think that their defense, not to take nothing away from them, but I don't think their defense was what shut us down. It was obvious what our problem was, and that was our quarterback situation. And to be honest, we don't have enough weapons. We can't just say, count on CD Lamb. We don't made him the go-to guy already, and then Pollard gets hurt. And my thing with Pollard, he should have never been out there being that type of back. That's not who he is. He's not a 30 touches type of back. He has to have space. He got to be able to run different angles, different ways. You can't continue to run him. And at some point, you got to expect for him to get some kind of injury. So, yeah, I'm not upset. I'm not mad at all. I mean, I expected it. I was already prepared. So it is what it is. The Cowboys had a successful season. They've made it at least to the second round this year. And the thing that we need to work on has been showing his head all year. And so hopefully we get it fixed.
Cool.
All right, Philly.
Hey, it was Saturday was just pure dominance. I mean, the Giants wasn't, juggernaut of a team, but teams like that, you take care of them early, you get them out the way, and you rush your starters. I mean, and that's all you can ask for. I mean, I've seen a lot of good things out of the Eagles game. Blocking. Lane Johnson stood out for us. I mean, the man is dealing with a torn abductor in his groin, and he gutted, through that performance. To have 246 yards on the ground, so that was ground and pound all day. Didn't need, the big games from Devontae and AJ this weekend. So those guys was able to, kind of, rest up and get ready for this matchup this week for the NFC Championship on Sunday against the 49ers. What I got to say about the Cowboys game is, no, what you saying, TJ?
No, go ahead.
Oh, okay. With Cowboys Niners game, man, that was a great game. I mean, it should have been more scoring. It was points out there. Both quarterbacks, I thought they were going to show up, and they both kind of, held back and missed a bunch of plays out there. But the defenses showed up, and I just say kudos to the Cowboys defense because they gave us a blueprint to go off of, and seeing Purdy pretty much squirm every time a flash of white jersey got near him. He was real skittish out there. So, but it's gonna be good things coming forward, man. It's gonna be a good game this weekend, and I expect my Birds to be going to Arizona.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I expect our Birds to be going to Arizona.
Sorry, there's an echo in the building.
Hey, you know what? That bandwagon is open, man.
Man,
bandwagon is open.
I told you I was a Philly fan anyway. I just, Cowboys in them. I'm pull for the Cowboys, and if they're not, but end of the day, man, I was talking to somebody earlier about this, and we need to go ahead and make these changes. It's time for the head coach. No knock at him. He's done a great job, man. He's gotten us to the playoffs, or he's just been a part of the team. We've at least made it to the playoffs the past 2 years or whatever. So, I mean, he has nothing to hang his head on, but it's time for us to move forward with some changes. And also with the offensive coordinator, you got an offensive coordinator who I'm not knocking him, but, he wasn't nothing as a quarterback. So you bring a guy in, he's going to have a little success, right? But how can you be offensive minded when you were never there as a quarterback? And so you have some basic things, and you don't put your quarterback in a position to win. He didn't give the quarterback what he needed to win. And to be honest, I think at some point they should have yanked Dak out of that game. Put the other guy in, give him a chance to try to make something happen. But anyway, I can go on, and I'm gonna
I got something I want to throw to you guys real quick. You just mentioned Dak, and so what is it with Dak? What do you feel like with Dak? Do you feel like do you think he's the quarterback for the Cowboys, or do you think the shelf life has run out now?
I don't think that the shelf life has run out. I think that what Dallas has failed to do is realize that Dak is not a quarterback. He showed flashes of that in the beginning when he took over for Romo, that he can put the team on his back and carry it. But when Dak got hurt, you remember when Dak was doing the little hip movement and all that, when he came back, he became a pocket quarterback at that point, right? And he became to believe that he was a thrower. He thought he was really that guy. You can tell the way when he throw interception. It's like he's so surprised, like I didn't make that throw or whatever. So I think what happened to Dak is that he has become commercialized into thinking that he is an Aaron Rodgers or something like that, and he's not. He never will be. And it's okay that he's not. He just got to play to who he is. And I think that they have to put people around him to make him successful. You see him every day. These ain't throws that this guy is just starting to miss. These ain't things that he's just starting to do. So you got it. Why would you get rid of Amari Cooper? Why would you get rid of some of your tight ends? You need to be keyed on that. Why haven't we picked up other running backs? And so that's my thing. I think that Dak, it ain't all Dak's fault. Dak got to do better than what he's doing. But I think that the team as a whole, or that start with the head coach and trickle down, they got to put people around it. I think Dak can win a Super Bowl. I really do. But if he ain't got nothing around him to help him, what is he supposed to do?
Yeah.
He don't have the skills. Go ahead.
Oh, no, my bad. I was just going to say, personally, after that loss yesterday and the quarterback that's on the other side, I think Jerry Jones is going to make the emotional decision and possibly put feelers out there because he's missed the commercial. Put feelers out there to see the interest for Dak because Dak is about to turn 30, so he's going to be on that other side of the quarterback life expectancy, and I think they're going to assess and see what they can get for him. I was talking about that at work today, and I got teams like basically the three teams in the AFC South outside of the Jacksonville, all of the NFC South teams. And in the New York Jets, I'm pretty sure all those teams will give a king's ransom to Dallas for Dak. And I think y'all gonna pretty much go with a rebuild because Zeke is washed, man. And I ain't trying to be mean, just watching him run to around the end of the line, like towards the end of the game when they was trying to, get some yards on the ground before throwing it. And that guy was just laboring, man. Like he he a shell of himself from when he came out of Ohio State.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, man, I think Jerry's gonna make an emotional decision.
I think that what he's gonna do. Well, let me back up before I say that. You think that Jerry hasn't done that already? Jerry been doing that probably for the past 2 years. Been watching that. I'm sure he's a marketing genius. So he's smart enough to know I've been feeling this out. I've been even with Zeke. I've been waiting. I've been looking at what's out there, where we're gonna go. I think Dak is gonna last another year. I really do. I think Dak is gonna last another year. I think the defense helped him. I think he was surprised that his offense fell apart like it did. And even I know he knew the weaknesses in Dak, but I don't think he realized how weak Dak was without the other supporting cast like Tony Pollard and the rest of them. You didn't have a receiving core. And I tell you another thing, T.Y. Hilton, I saw him on the sideline saying something to Dak. He was like, bro, I'm open. Get me the ball. And Dak kept looking for CeeDee Lamb or looking for the tight end. What's his name? And so my thing is that got to go back and recess. He need to go get in a little bit better shape, maybe lose a few more pounds, and he just need to go play football. Somebody need to go let him. We used to call it a king of the hill. Let's toss the ball up, catch it, and run. Let's just play football. You got to get back to football instinct because he don't have the ability to read the defense, and that's shown. He don't have the patience, the ability. He don't have the instinct to know when to run. None of that. He's not, and that's what makes Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady so dangerous. Even if they're not athletic, they are smart enough, and they know they can pick you apart based on your defense. So he don't have that ability.
Yeah, well, that's why I say, the brain trust, they're going to sit down and assess real hard. Because, I mean, for the amount of money that they spending on this guy and what he producing, I mean, hell, you can find, it's proven you can find another kid out there that have a little bit more, acumen on less cachet, and just want to come and play ball.
Yeah. And but to be honest, now if you look at what Dak is making, people always say for the money he's making, he's really not making. He's making about what a quarterback of his caliber should be making, because compared to the other top quarterbacks, he ain't nowhere near them. He ain't even made $100 million. So he's the money that he's making is about what he should make. Now, don't get me wrong. By our standard, it's a lot of money, right? So
yeah. Well, not your standards, Jerry, but everybody else's. Yeah.
No, not me. Now. No, buddy.
But yeah. So.
Yeah. So, man. So, gentlemen, that's the season for the Cowboys. Just like with all the other teams that haven't made it this far, you got to figure out a way to bounce back. But now it's time for the Eagles and the 49ers to go at it in the NFC. I heard you both say that the Eagles are going to take this one. I agree. I think Philadelphia is going to take this. I think what happened this week, the Eagles are going to use that tape, and the Dallas defense did a great job with the 49ers last night. And I think as long as the Eagles can maybe take that blueprint, and then with all the weapons that the Eagles have on offense, I think the 49ers will have too much to deal with. They have too much field to cover because Jalen Hurts can hurt you with the run too. So I just feel like, man, it's just too much to have to deal with.
Tyrone, I want to say one thing for clarity. If out of those teams, and like I said, I like Philly. I never had nothing against Philly. Cowboys are my team, but I still stick by what I said though. I'm still every week by week. I still ain't convinced that they're going to the Super Bowl yet. And even if they're going to win it, I just ain't convinced of that. But I'm riding with Philly now. I'm hoping that they do. That's the team I'm supporting from this point. But I still would say that I'm not convinced.
Okay, yeah, that's right. You did say that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you said that, but I mean, hey, if it to be the only team to have a true blowout in the playoffs, I mean, that don't show you. This week will show you, and then once they in there, they're a Super Bowl team.
Yeah, they are. They are. And don't get me wrong. I think that may be what scares me some. Kind of like what with the Dallas. What scares me when a team has so much success like that and they win, and it seems like when they get to the big ship, that's when they fall apart or they lose. You know what I'm saying? Because no matter what Philly do at this point, even if they make it to the Super Bowl and they lose, you know how that is. Oh, they're gonna know. I think that the dangerous team out there is Cincinnati. That team right there. I think if anybody will beat Philly, I think that's the team that'll beat them.
Well, Cincinnati got to buy a new offensive line between now and 3 weeks, because when the Eagles get there, their offensive line will not hold up against the defense that the Eagles is bringing. I mean, they 8-9 deep in pass rushers alone.
Yeah.
I mean, they've already broke history where they got four players with double-digit sacks. I mean,
I believe that
they had over 70 sacks, sacked Daniel Jones 5 times. Like, so.
My problem is Joe Mixon, the way that boy's run. That's a problem.
Yeah, well, they told us Derrick Henry was a problem. They told us the running back out in the Colts was the problem. I mean, hey man, that team hungry, man. They not playing. They got bigger goals, and I see them going all the way, making it happen.
I hope so, because that's who I'm right. That's who my money is betting on. But I'm telling you, I'm holding my breath though.
You ain't gotta hold your breath.
Well, let me put it to you.
The team you was holding your breath on, they already on.
I won't hold my breath by them, because I told you in the beginning I didn't think they were gonna make it. I didn't think them or Philly was gonna make it. So that's my team. But I know what I know, and I knew going into this game the way it's been up and down play. Nah, bro.
Yeah. Well, I don't see Purdy going into the link and pulling anything off. So.
Oh no, I think we'll get past that. I think it's just, but hey, you don't ever know.
No, you don't know. But I know the city, I know the team, and I've been very consistent about that all season. You know.
and there it is, man, gentlemen. This was a short and sweet episode here, but we talked about it. We said we was going to get back together, after the weekend, after the Cowboys and Eagles played, and we're just going to give our thoughts about what happened. And man, I appreciate you guys doing it. And I do appreciate everybody who's tuned in too for this part 2 today. As you can see, the championship odds are up here. It looks like now it could probably change now. Would you have like the ankle injury there to Patrick Mahomes, but it's pretty close, as you can see, near the top. So the odds is looking like, based on odds, Chiefs, Bengals, Eagles. So it looks like, based on the odds, like the Eagles will play either the Chiefs or the Bengals, obviously. But these are the 3 teams that's probably the cream of the crop, and then they have San Fran kind of bringing up the rear. We know San Fran can be tough, but I just don't see them getting past Philly on the road. And then that big game with Cincinnati going into KC, I just got a feeling Cincinnati gonna get out of there with a victory.
Yeah, T, you that's what I was telling you early in the season, man. That was my Super Bowl, Eagles Bengals.
Yep. And my early season prediction, begin the season first episode, was Philly and Buffalo. And Buffalo fell short, man. They ran out of gas. They didn't look good against Miami. And that was pretty much telltale for me right there.
Yeah, that Allen with that gunslinger mentality is hurting them.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get some more adjustments up there in Buffalo. They have a good team, but the quarterback gonna have to figure out a way to play, when the stakes are really high. You gotta play well. Gotta be able to make the right decisions out there.
Yeah, so true.
Yep. And before we get out of here, here's a fun stat. You have Purdy and Hurts. They played against each other in college. Maybe this is a future look into this weekend, but it was a high scoring affair, and both of them, did the thing in this game. So we'll see what happens at the link.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Go Birds.
And there it is.
Boy, when you said Birds, you scared me for a minute. I thought you meant the dirty, the Atlanta Falcons. I was like, oh, wait a minute. They ain't even in the picture.
Nah.
All right.
Yep.
All right, gentlemen.
Hey, I appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate everybody being on. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Hit the like, subscribe, notification bell, and we'll see everybody on the other side later on.
All right, have a good one.
All right.